everyone, are you ready to quilt a beautiful arc flower motif in our color by number quilt? I'm Caroline from Sew Can She, and I'm so excited to show you this arc flower motif that you can quilt in a 4.5-inch square like we're going to do today, or really any size square. This is such a versatile quilting design that I am sure after you learn it, you can use it in so many of your quilts. So let's get started. So I'm going to quilt in this block first, and for this design I will need to know the center of the block. I'll also want to know the middle edges of all the sides. I'm using my Frixion pen here, so all of these marks will come out with the warm iron, and I'm just marking them here for myself. I don't like to mark a lot, but I find that it helps to have some markings on my block just to help me make my designs all look the same. Now, and I'll go ahead and do this next one too while I'm at it. Now this design, I will end up in the same place where I started. So just to help me, I'm going to start right here in this corner, and then I'll sew the motif right here and end up right here, and then I'll be all ready to quilt the motif in this block. And then I'll end up right here, and I will travel in the ditch until I get up here to quilt the motif in this block. So I'm just going to pull up my bobbin thread here and take a few stitches to secure it. Now I'm going to start by using this 4-inch arc template that came in the Sew Steady template number 1. This design, all of the arcs in this design are made with this 4-inch template. Now I could use another 4-inch template too. So for example, this 4-inch circle template, which came with a set of baby lock rulers, this arc right here is a 4-inch arc, so I could use this. And I also love using my Handy Quilter multi-clamshell tool because this right here is the 4-inch clamshell, so this is also a 4-inch arc, and this tool is just so comfortable and nice to hold. But I'll start off using this one since this is the one I promised I'd show in this series here. So what I'm going to basically do is make an arc to the center, and then I could make an arc to the back to where I started, but then I'd be there and I couldn't make the rest of the arcs. So I'll make the arc to the center, and then I'm just going to make arcs to each center, dot, and corner, working my way around until I make a last arc back to this corner here. This is a design that is so simple and easy to do, even though it might appear to be complicated at the beginning. So I'll quilt this first little arc, and then around the middle of the block here. Each time I'm trying to hit that dot in the center. And you see, it doesn't really matter which side of the arc I stitch first, because my little arcs here are always going to take me back to the center. And now I will just, oh, this one, almost forgot that little guy. Center, and now I will just quilt my way back to where I started. And my first flower motif is done. Now, just to show you how this is done with, say for example, this clamshell ruler, a different 4-inch arc template. A 4-inch arc just means that it was made with a circle that had a 4-inch diameter. So I'm just going to quilt to the center of the block here, and I'm starting my next motif. Stop right in the center, and then I'll just make my way around. Last one, back to where I started. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to use my straight edge ruler to travel here because the blocks I'm quilting are in a diagonal pattern going up. These are the clamshells we did last week. Stitching in the ditch here, and the straight edge ruler helps me to do that. Now I'm going to continue to travel here just to help me, so then I will be in the perfect position to do 2 more motifs. Okay, so now I'm in a good position to do the motif here and here. And this time I'm going to show you how to do it without a ruler. Now this one I already know is not going to be as perfect. The arcs aren't going to be as consistent and perfect and the same degree of arc for all of them as this. And I'm okay with that because this time I'm going to do it without the ruler. So I'm just going to concentrate on making all my arcs either end here or end at one of my points around the square. And I have found that if I just keep moving, I'll stop and take a couple stitches in the center, and then I'll just move on to my next arc. And there we go. So I think I'll go ahead and do that again for this one. I'll show you how to do it without the ruler just one more time. Honestly, once you get the hang of making all your little arcs and ending up at the same place, you'll find that this is such a fun and easy design. And it really doesn't matter which direction you go around your little square. And there we go. I've only got 2 more, and then I've finished with all of my arc flower motifs on this quilt. So I hope this gave you the confidence to get working on your color by number quilt. We've got 5 more blocks to go. So we've got to think of 5 more designs to put on this quilt. Let me know in the comments if there's a design that you really want to try that we haven't done yet. And have a great week. I'll see you next Friday.